Hello there, I'm Azaria Tagaya and you're tuned in to Nightline, the top stories. Perlis MB's son, former political secretary to be charged on Thursday. And turbulence hit Singapore Airlines flight. Wisma Putra confirms 9 Malaysians hurt, 1 critically. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Ibrahim wished Malaysian Buddhists a happy Wesak Day on Wednesday. Also extending Wesak Day greetings was the Raja Permaisuri Agong, Raja Zarid Sofia. The wish was conveyed in a post on Sultan Ibrahim Sultan Iskandar's Facebook page. Their Majesties added that racial harmony is the pillar of national unity. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, in expressing his Wesak Day greetings, urged Malaysians to make every celebration and culture a core element for enhancing unity and mutual understanding. The Prime Minister said that one of the universal ethics emphasized in Buddhist teachings is the rejection of ignorance. Therefore, he hoped that the people will strive to increase understanding, galvanize the people's strengths and prioritize advancing the nation. Perlis Menteri Besar Muhammad Shukri Ramli's son and his former political secretary will be charged in court on Thursday following a Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission MACC probe into a case involving false claim submissions amounting to 600,000 ringgit. The charge against the duo will be made under Section 18 of the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission MACC Act. According to sources close to the case, Shukri's son, a company owner, will be charged in the Kanga Sessions Court in Perlis, while the former political secretary will be charged in the Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court. It was also understood that the anti-graft agency's probe involving the Menteri Besar is still ongoing. On April 24th, it was reported that Shukri's son and the former political aide were among 6 people remanded by the MACC to assist in the investigation regarding the alleged falsification of documents related to submission of claims worth 600,000 ringgit. The suspects, aged between 27 and 37, were detained in relation to the implementation of infrastructure development projects such as repair and maintenance work, supplies and services throughout Perlis since 2022. On April 30th, the graft buster also detained Shukri to assist in an investigation under Section 23 of the MACC Act involving an abuse of power issue before being released on MACC bail the same day. 9 Malaysians, including a crew member who were on board the Singapore Airlines flight SQ321 from London to Singapore that encountered severe turbulence on Tuesday, have been hospitalised due to injuries sustained during the flight. Wisma Putra said all of them had suffered physical and internal injuries, with one person in critical but stable condition. In a statement on Wednesday, the Foreign Ministry said that 9 of the 16 Malaysians aboard the flight are currently receiving treatment at hospitals in Bangkok, Thailand, after the plane was forced to make an emergency landing at Suvarnabhumi International Airport due to severe turbulence. The embassy is also coordinating with local authorities and hospitals to provide consular assistance for the affected Malaysians. Currently, 6 of them are being treated at Samiteve Srinakarin Hospital, while the rest are at the Samiteve Sukhumvit Hospital. The SIA aircraft had encountered the sudden extreme turbulence over the Irrawaddy Basin at 37,000 feet, about 10 hours after departing Heathrow Airport. A 73-year-old British man died on board the flight, believed to be due to a heart attack, as the pilot declared a medical emergency and diverted the aircraft to Bangkok. Meanwhile, a passenger recounted the harrowing moments that he experienced during the turbulent flight. According to 28-year-old Zafran Azmir, the incident occurred very quickly in less than 10 seconds and began when the plane started tilting, followed by a sudden descent.
Contrary to what some reporting has said about it being like a 3-minute thing or whatnot, I think the entire thing happened within the span of like less than 10 seconds. Like it was really, really quick. Which is why like I think nobody could really respond to it. Like in my recollection of what happened, I was in my chair and I think I was resting at that point, but I was belted in and we could start feeling that the airplane was entering some kind of turbulence. So the plane starts shaking. And at that point, like I just know that, okay, well, I'm just gonna like huddle in, but like it kept getting worse and worse and worse.
Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim's three-day working visit to Japan beginning Wednesday will be brief yet highly productive, including meetings with captains of industry from 7 of Japan's largest companies. This comes less than a week after the Prime Minister led a delegation to Qatar, the Kyrgyz Republic, Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, securing over 1 billion ringgit in potential exports. Amanda Lopez reports from Tokyo.
Speaking to the media on Wednesday, Malaysian ambassador to Japan, Datuk Sharul Effendi Abdul Ghani, said Anwar will be the first leader to deliver a keynote address at Nikkei's 29th International Conference on the Future of Asia on Thursday. His speech will revolve around the theme Asian Leadership in an Uncertain World.
So to be able to actually make your first appearance, your debut, and to have it as a first speaker, I think is very high in terms of honour that has been accorded to Yang Berhormat Perdana Menteri.
Anwar is also scheduled to hold a bilateral meeting with his Japanese counterpart, Fumio Kishida. Aside from focusing on geopolitical and regional issues, both leaders are expected to access and discuss initiatives to strengthen Malaysia-Japan relations, as well as cooperation in various fields such as high technology, energy transition, environment, defense and security. On the same day, the Prime Minister will also hold a series of one-on-one meetings with business leaders from 7 of Japan's top companies, including Sumitomo Corporation, Mitsubishi Corporation and Tokyo Gas, to attract more foreign direct investments to Malaysia and strengthen trade relations with the world's 4th largest economy. Another highlight of Anwar's visit is his commemorative speech at Keio University in honor of the late Professor Toshihiko Isudzu, who was a Japanese scholar specializing in Islamic studies and comparative religion, and also known as the first translator of the Quran into Japanese. In this month alone, Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim has been to 5 countries to strengthen bilateral ties and build cooperation in potential sectors. And in this working visit, twice within the span of 6 months to Japan, signifies the role of the land of the rising sun as one of the major sources of foreign direct investments to Malaysia. Amanda Lopez, Tokyo, Japan, TV3.
Meanwhile, Anwar arrived in Tokyo on Wednesday evening for his 3-day working visit to Japan. The special aircraft carrying the Prime Minister touched down at the Haneda International Airport at about 9 p.m. local time. On hand to welcome Anwar at the airport were Japan's Parliamentary Vice Minister for Foreign Affairs, Yasushi Hosaka, and Japanese Ambassador to Malaysia, Katsuhiko Takahashi. Accompanying Anwar are Foreign Minister Datuk Sri Muhammad Hassan, Investment, Trade and Industry Minister Datuk Sri Tengku Zafrul Abdul Aziz, and Human Resources Minister Stephen Sim Chi Keong. Also present was Malaysian Ambassador to Japan, Datuk Sharul Effendi Abdul Ghani. 2 students who had been arrested in connection with the Ulu Tiram police station attack have been released unconditionally. Johor Police Chief M. Kumar said the 2 were released on Tuesday following directives from the Attorney General's chambers. In a statement on Wednesday, he confirmed that the 22-year-old male student at a private college and the 21-year-old female student at a training institute had been released unconditionally. However, he said investigation on the 5 other suspects who are family members of the attacker is still ongoing, adding that the remand period ends on Friday. He also urged the public not to make any speculation about the case or to manipulate facts or make any comments on social media that could threaten safety and disrupt the probe. In the attack that occurred at around 2:54 a.m. last Friday, 2 policemen were killed, while another was critically injured. The 21-year-old attacker was later shot dead. 7 individuals were arrested in connection with the attack to assist investigation under Section 302 of the Penal Code. As electric vehicles, EVs, gain popularity on Malaysian roads, concerns about their safety have also emerged, particularly regarding incidents leading to fires. Therefore, it is crucial for EV owners to understand the causes and prevention methods of these fires to ensure the safety of both drivers and those around them. Adrina Lee files in this report.
While EVs offer various environmental and performance benefits, issues concerning fire risks and safety have also been brought into the spotlight. Some of the issues involve the lithium-ion batteries used by EVs, which can ignite fires due to internal failure or external conditions, such as mechanical damage, external heat, short circuit, or overcharging. This has led to various precautionary measures being introduced to safeguard electric vehicles from fires, such as the EV fire blanket, made from fiberglass cloth and flame-retardant materials that can withstand temperatures up to 1,600 degrees Celsius. According to the Malaysian Fire and Rescue Department JBPM Operations Director Nordin Pauzi, the blanket works by cutting off the oxygen supply to the fire, thereby putting it out.
Sebab EV car ni apabila dia berlaku kebakaran, dia panggil thermal runaway, iaitu kebakaran dalam masa yang cepat, menyebabkan suhu yang tinggi dan sukar untuk dipadamkan. Jadi beberapa kaedah sedang dibangunkan oleh Jabatan Bomba seluruh dunia lah. Antara yang kita lihat sekejap tadi adalah penggunaan fire blanket. Fire blanket ini keberkesanannya masih dalam kajian, walaupun ia adalah pilihan yang terkini lah. Dan kita kena gabungkan selain daripada fire blanket, kita buat cooling. Cooling sebenarnya yang ditunjuk dalam demonstrasi ini.
Nordin added that EV manufacturers have implemented numerous safety features to minimize risks of fires, and the technology developed by the EV industry also has a high safety factor. This was also echoed by some members of the public who perceive the risk of fires involving EVs as minimal.
Risk of EV is there, but it's quite minimal, and it is also containable. So what is important is not to stringent the rules and regulation, but what it is important is to create the awareness among the public that the EV fire is minimal and is containable.
As for now, kita tahu adoption of EV in Malaysia is quite baru lagi. So for me, yeah, it's apa inisiatif kerajaan untuk mencegah kebakaran EV khususnya, I think yes, sudah mencukupi.
While the risk of EV fires remains a concern for emergency respondents and the public, ensuring the safe and sustainable adoption of electric vehicles in Malaysia is also necessary and requires constant attention for the EV industry to thrive in Malaysia. From battery malfunction to improper charging practices, there are various factors that can lead to EV fires. However, by following proper maintenance routines and adhering to safety guidelines provided by manufacturers and authorities, EV owners can significantly reduce the risk of such incidents. Adriana Lee for Nightline, TV3.
Norway, Ireland and Spain to recognise Palestinian state. The details after this short break.
Janganlah stres sangat, kan dah hari Jumaat. Jomlah tengok dulu telefilm 10 malam di TV3. Nak balik kampung, 3 Mei. Dari hatiku ke hatimu, 10 Mei. 3 Dara Pinggiran, 17 Mei. Lelaki kelas sebelah, 24 Mei. Cassandra, 31 Mei. Telefilm yang menghiburkan setiap hari Jumaat 10 malam di TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Jangan macam ni. Istighfar banyak. Dia dah bunuh anak aku. Kau nak aku duduk diam ke?
You suspek utama pembunuhan. Kes you akan dibicarakan.
Musuh sebenar kau adalah Rihanna. Sebab dia sanggup buat apa saja untuk dapatkan apa yang dia nak.
Kesakitan kau akan berakhir dengan kematian diorang.
Baca Rihanna, Minggu akhir 10 malam di Samarinda TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Wah, sebut saja nama buah ni dah terliur kemanisan mangga harum manis dan mangga harum kemboja.
Yes, isu pokok tumbang meredupkan persekitaran kawasan ataupun mengancam keselamatan orang awam.
Skam cinta, macam-macam taktik terbaru untuk mendapatkan wang dan kepuasan.
Soal wang, kita bercakap tentang akaun KWSP yang ketiga, keluar atau simpan.
Segalanya di MHI jam 9.30 hingga 10.30 pagi.
Juga stream melalui Tonton.
On to the foreign news now. The leaders of Norway, Ireland and Spain on Wednesday have said their countries will formally recognise Palestine as a state next week for the sake of peace in the Middle East. Norway's Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Støre said that a two-state solution was in Israel's best interest, adding that the recognition would come as of May 28th. Gahr stressed that there cannot be peace in the Middle East if there is no recognition, and that in the midst of war, with tens of thousands killed and injured in Gaza, they must keep alive the only alternative that offers a political solution for Israelis and Palestinians alike. Shortly after Norway's announcement, Ireland's Prime Minister Simon Harris said his country would also recognise the Palestinian state, adding that they will now undertake whatever national steps are necessary to give effect to that decision. He is also confident that further countries will also join in taking the important step in the coming weeks, with Malta and Slovenia expected to make similar announcements soon. Meanwhile, Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez said that the country's Council of Ministers would recognise an independent Palestinian state on May 28th. Speaking in the Spanish parliament, Sanchez accused his Israeli counterpart Benjamin Netanyahu of putting the two-state solution in danger with his policy of quote-unquote pain and destruction in Gaza. In the meantime, the Israeli Foreign Ministry on Wednesday said that it had ordered an immediate recall of its ambassadors from Ireland and Norway for urgent consultations in response to their respective governments deciding to recognise the state of Palestine. Foreign Minister Israel Katz in a statement said he was sending a sharp message to Ireland and Norway that Israel will not go over this in silence, adding that he planned to do the same with the Spanish ambassador. Vietnam's Public Security Minister To Lam has been appointed as the country's next president months after his predecessor stepped down as part of an anti-corruption crackdown. According to local media, during the 7th session of the 15th National Assembly of Vietnam, Lam won a majority of the parliamentary vote to become state president for the 2021 to 2026 tenure, with 472 out of 473 deputies voting in favour of his nomination. Following his election, Lam promised to try his best to fulfill all the tasks assigned, promising his loyalty to the nation, the state and the people. He has been a key figure in the sweeping anti-graft campaign known as the Blazing Furnace, which aims to root out widespread corruption. Lam takes over from Vo Van Tong, who resigned in March after only a year in office due to what the party called violations and shortcomings. Chad's Prime Minister and opposition leader Success Masra on Wednesday has tendered his resignation after interim President Mohamed Idris Deby was confirmed as the winner of the May 6th presidential election. The country's state election body said Deby had won the election outright with 61% of the vote, with the Constitutional Council later confirming him as a winner. Masra acknowledged the council's ruling and said there were no other legal means to contest the results. He added that in accordance with the Constitution, he has presented his resignation and that of the transitional government, which has become irrelevant with the end of the presidential election. A staunch opponent of the junta, which seized power in April 2021, Masra was appointed Prime Minister of the transitional government in January, 4 months ahead of the poll, in a move to appease the opposition. Before the official announcement of the preliminary results, however, Masra claimed victory, alleging that electoral fraud was being planned. A member of Bangladesh's governing party has been found murdered on Wednesday in the Indian city of Kolkata, more than a week after he went missing. According to officials, MP Anwarul Azim Anar's body was found in an abandoned house in Kolkata's New Town. Bangladeshi Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan said 3 men have been arrested over the death and that authorities have launched a joint investigation into the killing of the MP. The motive behind the murder, however, is still unknown. Anar, from the Awami League Party, went missing on May 13th, a day after going to India to seek medical treatment. A report on his disappearance was then lodged by his relatives at the Baranagar police station in North Kolkata on May 18th. National shuttlers shine in 2024 Malaysia Masters first round. Sports when we come back.
Cureka Rama yang penuh pergolakan emosi di TV3 Mei ini.
Awak nak buktikan apa sebenarnya?
Amanat 4 Mei.
Akak tak perlu balik dah kot rumah ni.
Lulu 11 Mei.
Awak masih lagi isteri orang.
Pergilah Cinta 18 Mei.
Budak tu mati doh.
Makbul 25 Mei. Satu destinasi untuk semua telefilm hebat kegemaran anda. Hanya di Cureka Rama TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Mina rasa ibu dengan ayah sengaja je bagi syarat macam ni.
Dan dia jugalah yang beri nak sangat saya jadi menantu dia.
Tapi korang tahu pula mak aku tu macam mana.
Teringat seorang wanita yang saya pernah kenal.
Zack tu baru je putus tunangan Libya.
Saya tak rasa yang hubungan kita akan kembali macam dulu. Tu yang aku lagi risau. Siapa pula Muhammad yang nak try Rita ni?
Sambut panggilan cinta ini di Hello Jodoh, Khamis hingga Sabtu 9 malam. Di Lestari TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Orang tak tahu tak payahlah Syanang.
Kenapa nak buka aib sendiri?
Besok babe.
Sempena ulang tahun ke-40 TV3 kita bawakan pelbagai menu Pantai Timur.
Dan ini didatangkan dari penonton WHI sendiri.
Varian perancangan kahwin ni bukan hanya meraikan.
Dan banyak lagi perancangan yang harus kita ketahui.
Dan juga perancangan keluarga ni bukan sebab anak je.
Termasuklah emosi dan kewangan. Lama-lama ni kita rasa kahwin dah tak romantis kan?
Kita bikin romantis.
Semuanya menarik di Wanita Hari Ini.
Dan juga stream di Tonton.
Wanita Hari Ini.
Well, back with sports now. Badminton and the 2024 Malaysia Masters. National men's doubles shuttlers Aaron Chia So Woo Yik cruised into the second round after clinching a nerve-wracking victory on Wednesday. The world number 4 pair had to fight for an hour to claim a 21-18, 22-20 win over South Korea's Kim Young-hyuk, Wang Chen. The duo will play China's Chen Boyang, Liu Yi next for a place in the quarterfinals. In the men's singles, national top shuttler Li Zijia clawed his way back from a set down to beat Zhao Zhongping of China 19-21, 21-11, 21-14. The world number 10 will meet Kiran George of India for a place in the last 8. Earlier, Leung Junhao also secured a second-round spot after seeing off China's Lei Lanji 13-21, 23-21, 21-12 in 81 minutes. The former Asian junior champion will take on reigning Asian Games champion Li Shifeng next. In the women's singles, Goh Jin-wei staved off strong resistance from Ukraine's Polina Burova, securing a 21-16, 18-21, 21-14 victory in 52 minutes. The win sets up her next encounter against Thailand's Busanan Ongbarumpan. In the mixed doubles event, world number 9 pair Chen Tangji Toh Yi Wei overpowered Pakapun Terarat-Sakul Pataimas Moen Wong of Thailand 21-12, 21-14. The duo will face India's Sumith Reddy, Siki Reddy next. In another action, Go Soon-hwat, Shevan-Jemi Lai defeated South Korea's Ko Sung-hyun, Yom Hai-won 21-19, 21-17. The world number 18 pair is set to battle Taiwan's Yang Po-swan, Hu Ling-fang in the second round. Joining them were Tan Kian Meng and Lai Pei-jing. The national mixed pair fought tooth and nail to beat Thailand's Rutanapa Kauputong Jenica Sujai Praparat 21-16, 17-21, 21-19 to set up a meeting with South Korea's Wang Chan, Shin Seung-chan in the last 16. On to Sepak Takraw, the 2024 ISTAF Sepak Takraw World Cup. The national squad created history after defeating arch-rivals Thailand to claim both titles in the doubles and inter-regu events on Wednesday night. National trio Farhan Adam, Shahir Rosti and Azlan Alias, backed by a ruckus home crowd, outclassed Poramet Siriswat, Sitipong Chamchan and Varayut Jantarasena 15-7, 15-12. For the record, the last time the national squad defeated Thailand was in 2015 in Malacca. Earlier, doubles pair Aidil Aizman Azwawi, Noraizat Muhammad Nordin eked out a 17-16, 15-13 win over Seksan Tuptong Kitipum Saribut. The duo held their nerves until the final point to claim the country's maiden title in the doubles event. Moving on to tennis, the 2024 Geneva Open, Flavio Cobolli mounted to a comeback to defeat fourth-seeded Ben Shelton on Wednesday to advance into the last 8. The 22-year-old Italian trailed by a set before coming back to edge out the world number 15 American 4-6, 7-6, 6-2. Koboli moved on to the third round, where he will face Alexander Shevchenko. In another action, Denis Shapovalov showed some of his past form by defeating Argentine Federico Coria 7-5, 6-love in their round of 32 clash. The Canadian is set to face Talon Griekspoor next. Earlier, six-seeded Griekspoor battled his way into the second round with a three-set win over Christopher Eubanks. The Dutchman lost the second set but came back in the third to tame the American 6-4, 1-6, 6-3 in 1 hour and 46 minutes. Transporter, 6 illegal immigrants held after high-speed chase. This and more local news when Nightline returns.
President of the United States has been shot.
Hari berdarah yang menjadi permulaan segalanya.
Sir, need your camera. There, I'll check it out. Coming with you. No, let me take the heat. Let me see any footage you have the back part of the plaza.
Dari saksi menjadi suspek. Vantage Point, hari ini 9 malam di Magnificent 8 TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Aku pun bersalah. Aku tak bagi dia peluang untuk defend diri dia masa saya disebarkan gambar.
Adam, dah lah tu. Tak payahlah nak cakap pasal benda dah lama.
Apa benda yang kau cakap dekat keluarga kau?
Saya langsung tak cakap apa-apa dekat siapa-siapa pun.
So disebabkan dia orang bertiga itulah Aminah berubah.
Bukan macam tu. Aminah tak pernah berubah pun nak ikut sama macam orang.
Aku Bukan Ustazah, Isnin hingga Jumaat 7 malam di Akasia TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Nak cari tempat untuk OOTD? Persembahan cahaya interaktif serius boleh buat gambar korang seleh habis. Raikan ulang tahun ke-40 TV3 dengan keajaiban pameran seni digital Immersio Inspirasi Generasi by TV3 dari 20 Mei hingga 9 Jun di Museum Telekom Kuala Lumpur. Jom, ajak family, kawan dan partner sekali, okey? Selamat Hari TV3. #InspirasiGenerasi. Kami sentiasa bersamamu.
Thanks for staying with us. Police in Dungun, Terengganu were involved in a more than 150-kilometre high-speed chase on Wednesday in their pursuit of a suspect believed to be transporting illegal immigrants. The 2-hour-long pursuit, which began in situ, ended when the car was intercepted by police and the local man was apprehended along with 6 illegal immigrants crammed into his vehicle. According to Dungun District Police Chief Superintendent Maizura Abdul Kadir, authorities initially noticed the suspicious-looking vehicle at about 6:20 a.m. Upon realizing that they were being followed by the police, the vehicle sped off towards Dungun via the Jerangau Jabor route. After finally being intercepted some 2 hours later, police found that the vehicle was being driven by a local man with 6 Myanmar nationals as his passengers, estimated to be between 25 and 40 years old. Another suspect, believed to be the driver's accomplice, managed to escape. None of those detained had identification documents. They were taken to the Dungun District Police Headquarters for further action. The Terengganu State Government has launched an investigation after a well-known resort on Pulau Lang Tengah in Besut allegedly organised a wild party last Monday. The state's Tourism, Culture, Environment and Climate Change Committee Chairman, Datuk Razali Idris, said the private resort owner has been summoned to provide an explanation on the matter. According to Razali, the meeting with the organisers will be held on Thursday and will also be attended by the Terengganu Religious Affairs Department and the Kuala Terengganu City Council. He also said that the probe would determine if the organisers had violated local guidelines and whether the necessary permits were obtained. Razali added that if the organisers were found to have violated any rules or laws, then action will be taken against them. He also urged members of the public to come forward and provide information on the party, including whether there were any Muslims involved. Meanwhile, Kuala Terengganu's Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Azli Muhammad Noor stated that the police had not received any permit application from the organisers to hold the said party on the island. On Tuesday, videos and pictures went viral on social media showing a large number of attendees dancing at an event known as the Aloha Party. Some of the women at the event were also seen dressed in bikinis. Now, as we wrap up Nightline this time around, let's take a look as nearly 1,000 guitars, outfits and other items from rock and roll history, which will go to auction at the end of the month. With that, I'm Azaria Tagaya. Thank you for watching and we'll catch you next time.